What's going on, YouTube? This is Marathon Business Leads back at it again with another video. And we are going to be talking about why I'm so happy I'm done with Uber. And I have a few reasons why. Let's start off with the pay. The pay is beyond horrible. If you ever do Uber, I don't care what time you're doing it, you're just going to see a bunch of $3 orders. And when you doing these $3 orders, it seems like you taking these customers 10 miles. And you like, I drove way over here for $3.86. I can make more money sitting in my house playing online poker than to do Uber. And if it's your personal car, screw up your personal car, because it's maintenance, insurance, and if you got a car note, you got to pay for that stuff. And if you struggling and you doing Uber because you struggling, I feel for you, because there's no money in this. The people that's getting the money is the people who made the platform. Now, it's been, I forgot how long Uber been actively open, but the codes, they already made the codes. Can you reward the driver who taking all the risk? Now, in the Florida region, I feel like, soon the drivers will be extinct. And we're going to have the Waymo, right? I don't know how long it's going to be, but these companies want to get rid of the middleman. And we are the middleman, right? Because they got to pay us to drive. So they want to get rid of the middleman so they can reap all the profits. And I just got tired of working for slave wages, bro. I gotta be in a car all day just to make my quota, and it's getting harder and harder because fuel is going up. As if you got a gasoline car, if you poor, you can't afford an EV, because credit probably shot. And if you don't have a bankroll, you just can't go buy the cheapest EV out there. And speaking of EVs, you still spending money. You're not spending as much as fuel, but you still spending bread. I probably spent thousands of dollars at the EV station. So you still gonna be spending bread. It just ain't gonna be as harsh. Now, if I was in a gas car, I would have been quit, because it's definitely not worth it in a gas car. I'm sorry. If you a Uber driver that's taking every ride, you're going to be back at the gas station real quick. And for the people that say, oh, I make good money with Uber. Yeah, you're probably taking every ride, probably doing stupid rides, going from Tampa to Jacksonville for $120, or going from Tampa to Orlando for $30. Oh, I got that before. So ain't no way I'm driving to Orlando, Florida for $30. Sometimes it'd be $50. I'm like, bro, are you kidding me? Have you ever been on the I-4 before? Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not that hard up. So that all Florida people should just strike, because you still got time to bank in some bread. But if you hurt them where it hurts and you go on strike, you form a union, then you can get proper fare, because you taking all the risk. You got to be bothered with these drunks. You got to be bothered with these drug pushers who taking Ubers and trying to drop off dope and all type of retarded stuff. Just keep going. I ain't even gonna lie. Just cancel the order. So yeah, man, it's just, like I would be going on strike. Uber has the worst clientele imaginable. I would rather be a public bus driver than to ever drive for Uber again. Like I said, I'm not a SkyCap. I'm not a car service. I'm a taxi driver. I'm going to give you the best customer service I can. All of those extra things, I'm here to drive you from point A to point B. When taxis were in business, the yellow boys, it's no asking a taxi driver for a charger. I'm all about giving good customer service. My car gonna be clean. It's gonna smell good. I'm gonna get you safely to point A to point B. That's my job. I'm not a SkyCap. I'm not a car service. I don't work for Uber Black. If I work for Uber Black, yeah, you gonna get the waters. You're gonna get the car charger. You're gonna get the music. You're gonna get all of that stuff. But when I'm concentrating on the road, I don't need to be hearing all that because you're not gonna tip and you're not gonna break bread. So just because you spent $20, don't think you're gonna get $20 service because I'm only getting paid probably $5 to $6. So keep that in mind. Also, stop asking drivers, can you sit up front? We don't want you up front. To me, that's a security breach having these passengers in your front car. You are a 1099 contractor. You don't work for Uber. You don't work for Lyft. You don't work for any of these people. So if you don't want a passenger in your front seat, don't get all pissy and act like your feelings is hurt because you can't get your way. And then you want to give the driver a 1 star because they told you they don't want you sitting in the front seat. I don't blame them. And I used to hate it when passengers would ask me. I'd be like, no, hop in the back. Because I don't want you up front because it's a security breach. I don't know you. And I don't want to smell your smelly breath, your drunk breath, your hot breath. And I don't want you screaming in my ear the whole time. It's bad enough you guys be doing it in the back. I'm not Uber Black. So please stop doing that to drivers. And drivers, don't be afraid to tell these passengers, get in the back. I don't want you in my front seat. I don't know you. I don't know what you're capable of. And try to take over the steering wheel. I don't know. I don't know you. The companies have taken it way too far. They have taken it too far. They have spoiled these consumers to make them feel like they are number one. They're so important. They deserve. It's all fake. They just want your dollars. It's all fake. It's all fake. The worst thing that whoever said that the customer is always right, that is the worst line ever. I don't believe in that. I do have my own business and I don't believe customers are always right. Most of these companies smooch your ass because they just want your dollar. They don't care about you. Customer service is fake. All of it's fake. Half of these people don't give a damn about you. It's all fake. I try to be as genuine as possible, but I'm not gonna be overly fake. I'm all about respect. I respect you. You respect me. I give you good, genuine customer service, not fake customer service. But if you disrespect my employees, management, whoever it is, other people in the store, I'm not gonna smooch your ass. I don't want your dollar. I don't want your business. I don't want anything to do with people who don't respect other people. So that is how I am. I'm not, the customer is always right. He or she gonna get their way. No. But that is how these companies are advertising to these consumers. Another reason why I quit Uber is because I don't want to breathe in your little nasty germs. You got passengers coming in your car sick. They going to the bar sick. They going drinking sick. They going to the movie sick. They all coughing in your car, sneezing all in your car. Don't cover their mouth. I got to a point to where I start wearing a mask because ever since I've been working for myself, I have never got sick. I used to have a delivery business and I worked amongst myself. When I went back to working with the public, that's when I always got sick. I'm masked up. They'll just hop in the car, won't ask anything, just hop in the car. Another reason why I quit Uber is because if you are renting a vehicle because you don't have a vehicle or you don't want your vehicle to be ruined, it comes with a price. Now, yeah, you may get a newer car. You may have the EVs, the Teslas and all of that, but it comes with a price. You're going to be paying $285 a week, which if you do the numbers, it's insane. Majority of people don't actually do the numbers. Now, if you are in a jam and you need to rent a car for other reasons, which I'm not going to express on here because I'm not trying to ruin it for people who doing that. Because everything is not supposed to be aired. Just like how you have people like, yeah, I'm sleeping in a hotel. I gave them my apartment for a hotel. And now when the execs see that, they just gonna raise up the fees. Now the person who needed to live in a hotel, he can't afford it now because all you blabbermouths is making videos. Hey, I gave him my apartment to sleep in a hotel. Everything that's trendy should not be posted, especially that. So yeah, if you hard up for a car, these companies know they're gonna make you their slave, their bitch, because Uber puts a 30 weekly passenger pickup. So you gotta pick up 30 passengers plus pay the weekly rental fee. And if you don't pick up the 30 passengers, you can't renew your contract, and then you gotta bring the car back. Now you can't work, and now you don't have a car. So be mindful of that you're gonna be picking up 30 passengers is probably around 30 hours a week, because it takes time to pick them up, it takes time to drop them off and all of that. So you're gonna be spending some hours picking up the 30 passengers. And if you got a part-time job or a full-time job and you're using a rental to head to work, and then you pick up the passengers when you get off of work, you're gonna be a slave to that. You're not gonna be able to bang your chick. You're not gonna be able to take her to Ruth's Chris. You're not gonna be able to take her to Chili's. You're gonna be in that car, so you can only make money just to pay the rental. And people that be renting those Teslas, them Teslas be like $336 a week. That's a freaking apartment. Like, like that's crazy, bro. Do the math. It's crazy. But people be hard up. They need a whip. That's probably the entry. So 9 times out of 10, you're just gonna make enough money just to pay the rental. And if you get sliced off with Uber Eats and now you just only doing the passenger side, it's really gonna be tough because these fares is not what it is. These companies like to pass the buck. They want the passenger to pay you. You know what I mean? So I will be making a part 2 of my other reasons why I quit Uber and why I never drive for Uber or any type of driving company. You know, I'm just a thinker. I'm a think it out. I'm gonna make my own business. I'm gonna make my own job if I have to. But I'm not gonna be doing that. I'm not gonna be struggling on struggle. Now, some people gonna say in the comments probably, "Oh, I make $1,300 a week." How much of that is you keeping? Because you got expenses. And if it's your full-time job, bless your heart. Bless your heart if that's your full-time job. But I hope you have an exit plan, because soon there ain't going to be no drivers. I don't know how long that may take, but if you're doing an Uber, Lyft, you should be having a backup plan. But I'm not going to try to make this video too long, because I will be bringing out a part 2 why I would never drive for Uber ever in life and why I quit. So I hope you enjoyed this content. Please share, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.